Have you ever wished that you could unlearn something? Maybe it was a hard truth about the world, the weight of responsibility, or maybe a painful realization that life doesn't always go the way you plan. I mean, the more we know, the heavier life can feel, right? I mean, Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, felt this too, felt it deeply. He pursued wisdom relentlessly, but instead of bringing him peace, it just left him frustrated and burdened. Welcome to the Daily. I am Vince Miller. So good to be with you this morning. We just go through the Bible verse by verse, chapter by chapter every single day. Right now we're in the book of Ecclesiastes. We're finishing off chapter 1 today. That means that you also will receive a full-on look at chapter 1 with this Devo today. But I just want to encourage you, pick up the scripture journal so you can study along with us. You can write down convictions and notes. Maybe today might be one of those. It's not too late to grab one from our website. Our text today is from Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verses 17 through 18. It reads, "And I," that is Solomon, "applied my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is but a striving after the wind. For in much wisdom is much vexation, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow." Fascinating end to chapter 1. We read that Solomon has now devoted his entire life to the pursuit of understanding and wisdom. This book obviously written at the close of his life. He now has examined wisdom, madness, and folly, trying to make sense of life's complexities. But his conclusion? Well, the more he learned, the more frustrating and painful life became. He describes it as striving after the wind, and you'll see how I describe that in our full chapter study today as smoke, chasing and trying to grab after smoke. That is, chasing ideas that can never fully be grasped. Now, the irony is that while wisdom is valuable, of course, it also exposes us to the brokenness of the world. I mean, the more we see, the more we learn, the more we understand, the more we recognize injustice, we see suffering, and the limits of human control. Great wisdom doesn't necessarily bring comfort like you would think. It often brings great sorrow because it reveals truths that we don't want to hear, that we would rather ignore. I mean, think about it. We live in an age of excessive information with the internet putting endless knowledge at our fingertips. And artificial intelligence is only going to accelerate all this. But does faster access to more information bring peace? Well, no. It often leads to anxiety and cynicism and a sense of powerlessness. I feel that way every day watching the news. I mean, yet the answer is not to reject wisdom, but to ground it in the right place. So Solomon's 12 chapters in this incredible book illustrate that wisdom apart from God is meaningless. However, wisdom that begins with the fear of the Lord brings true peace. So don't seek wisdom apart from God. It will only lead you to despair. Recognize that He, God, holds all the answers when we do not. When you surrender, you're striving to Him. Guess what happens? Your despair will end and you will find peace. I love you guys. I pray this has blessed you. Share it with someone else. I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.